Hi, everybody. Lynn Burkhead, MajorLeagueFishing.com with Mr. Brent Chapman, Major League Fisher, former Bassmaster Angler of the Year. And today you were kind of playing Trip Weldon here in Benton, Arkansas. You were the weighmaster for this kids' fishing derby, holding the catfish up. I got to ask you, some big catfish. They were struggling. Kids were moving them in and out. Did you get finned?
Thank goodness I survived the weigh-in without any fins and all that. But what a great event! I mean, get out and see these kids holding up fish, getting smiles on their faces. I mean, that's what this is all about.
You know, and what fishing really is all about. I mean, everybody watches you guys and they see you at the top level of competition in FLW events, bass events, and Major League Fishing events, and they see you holding up the trophies and the big checks, and they think that's what the sport's about.
Mm-hmm.
But it all begins in places like this, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. I mean, I look back when my parents would take me fishing, and some of the memories of just little bluegill and catfish like this. I mean, those can be lasting memories that can be life-changing for a kid. I mean, who knows? Some of these kids here might be out competing with us here in another 20 years or so.
Yeah, I wonder if Rick Clunn or Paul Elias or someone like that ever worked one of these derbies 20, 30 years ago and might have come across a Brent Chapman.
Yeah, and who knows? I mean, I know I did a fair amount of them when I was a kid, and any time to get in the outdoors and get your feet muddy and get your hands slimy, that's what it's about. And I mean, it's such an encouraging day out here to see so many families. A lot of these you come to, it's just the kids out here, but I was so encouraged to see the families out here, the support, and those are memories that a family will remember forever.
Well, and that's kind of what I wanted to focus on. You're a big family guy. You've got your own family, and one thing I've always admired about you is almost invariably when one of these events is over with, a day or two or three later, I see Brent Chapman a picture on Facebook or other social media with your kids fishing.
Oh yeah.
How do you get your kids out fishing where they have fun and they make those memories?
Well, it is. It's about memories, but for kids, it's not about going out and catching the big fish or all that. Kids don't want to go fishing; they want to go catching. And we talked about that yesterday. I mean, if you get out here and if it's a little pond like this, I always encourage people, take the kids out to catch bluegill and brim and sunfish. So little tiny hooks are the key. Worms are always hard to beat, but smaller baits and small hooks, you can catch little fish with that type of setup, but you can also catch big fish. And if the fish aren't biting, kids love, just get a little net. You can catch frogs, tadpoles, crawfish, snakes and turtles. I mean, there's all kinds of things that kids can do out here. And if all that fails, pick up some rocks and throw some rocks. I mean, it's just a matter of being out here, getting to enjoy the outdoors, teaching the kids to really respect and love nature. And who knows, if you get a good day's fishing out of it, maybe even a little fish fry.
Maybe even a little fish fry. What about your first fish? How did it come about?
I don't necessarily remember my very first fish, but I look back at pictures of my parents had me down at Lake of the Ozarks, and I got the big orange life vest on and carrying a little bucket and a little, probably Snoopy rod or something like that. But there's fish I remember throughout my career, maybe a big bass here or there. I remember down at my great-grandma's catching one out of the Spring River in Carthage, Missouri, and I remember we brought this probably 3-pound bass up and we put it in one of the water troughs for the cattle, and I was so proud of that fish. I mean, I still remember it well, like it was yesterday.
And it spawned a lifelong love and even a career that's taking you to the highest levels of the sport.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's one thing I can do is just encourage it. Kids love the outdoors. Kids love to get out and get out fishing. Put the electronics down and get out and go enjoy some of what Mother Nature has to offer.
Now, it's been a fun day here in Benton, Arkansas. Kids Fishing Derby put on by the Benton Police Department. All of the Major League Fishing pros like Brent Chapman have been here, and they've done a great job helping spur lifelong loves of fishing in the lives of these kids here in Central Arkansas. For more like this, go to MajorLeagueFishing.com.